So now is the time to take backup by FTP server, which I did before to be sure that I'm able to take backup and restore it easily. So first of all, let me actually exit full screen mode here and we'll go to the FileZilla-project.org, and here is we should download FileZilla Server. Simply we'll say download and we'll click on download, and this is the file actually I just downloaded before in my lab. Here again we'll say maximum size, and here we'll go to download folder. Here is the file. I'm just actually installing FileZilla Server, and as you can see it will install as a service and started with the Windows, which is default, and here is the default port, and we're going to install it with any user that logging to my server, which is my Active Directory, and we'll say connect. And here is actually tells you you are behind the NAT router. That would be okay. We don't have problem with this message. So before I go any further, I want to show you that in your lab environment, you should use your Active Directory to connect to the vCenter or vSphere environment. Because of that, from now till the end of the course, I'm using my Active Directory to connect to my VCSA, because I don't want to actually make my Windows pointed to my lab DNS server and actually connect from my PC to the lab environment. That means in case of that you are using something like VirtualBox and you don't have the license for VMware Workstation, you can actually just make this virtual machine and use your existing Active Directory in your lab to connect it to the vSphere, which is now installed in our ESXi01. So again, I say maximum size. So here, first of all, we should create a folder here, something like in my C, let's say FTP server, and I'm using this directory for my FTP server. So we'll say user, and here I'm going to say user1, and we'll say OK, and here is the password, and we'll use the share folder here. Again we'll say add, we'll say C and FTP server, and we'll check all these checkboxes actually to let the user have the full right access to this path. So okay, here we'll say dsa.msc, which is our Active Directory, to see the user 1. Actually we don't have user 1, and we'll just say new user 1, and again user 1, and the password, and we'll say password never expire, and that's it. And now we should say FTP localhost and user1 and the password. If you are using another Windows which is not your Active Directory, when you create a user, it will automatically create this user to the local users and group, and you don't need to create it manually. But because this is my Active Directory, actually this application is not allowed to create a user. I'm just creating the user here and apply the user to my Active Directory, which is here, user1. That's great. And now I can create a folder or delete the folder. So we should actually say FTP 192.168.10.5, which is our Active Directory, again user1 and the password. Great. So this is how you can easily enable FTP server in your lab environment by using the FileZilla Server.